Hey guys, welcome to Paul's Maths Labs, and today we're going to be looking at direct proportion. Okay, I know some of you get chills when you hear about direct proportion and inverse proportion, but hopefully today I'm going to show you that it isn't too bad at all. Okay, so let's look at the first question. Y is directly proportional to X. So basically that tells me, first thing that tells me is that Y directly proportional to KX. Okay. Now, some of you may be like, what is this? That just basically means directly proportional to it. Okay, just basically means proportional to it. And some of you may be asking, what is K? Well, K is actually our proportionality constant. Okay, it is our proportionality constant. So we know Y is directly proportional to X. So that is our proportionality constant. So they're going to now give us some information that is going to be able to help us to find out what K is, our proportionality constant. So now it tells us that given that Y is equal to 295 when X is equal to 3, okay, then it says find the value of Y when X is equal to 13. But first thing first, we need to find out what the value of our proportionality constant is, okay? And we're going to find that out using this information. Y is equal to 295 when X is equal to 3. Okay, so we're gonna basically do a little bit of substitution. So you should all know what this is. If you're looking at this video, you should all know what substitution is. So kx, which is basically 3k, because we know x is 3 and k is still k. Okay, but we always put the letter after the number. Okay, so we basically want to find out what k is. So in order to find out what k is, we need to divide both sides by 3 because we want to get rid of this 3. This 3 is basically 3 times k. So we need to do the inverse operation of 3 times, which is divide by 3. So we need to divide this side by 3 and we need to divide this side by 3 as well. Okay. So 294 divided by 3 is going to actually give us 98. Okay. So 294 divided by 3 is going to give us 98. And obviously, if we're doing 3k divided by 3, the 3's are going to cancel out. We're just going to be left with k. So we've got k is equal to 98. So, okay, that's beautiful. So now we've kind of got an equation with our proportionality constant that looks like this. Y is equal to 98x. Okay. Now, let's look at the last part of the question here. It said find the value of y. So we need to find the value of y when x is equal to 13. Okay, so we need to find y when x is equal to 13. So this is what we're going to do. We're basically going to substitute in x is equal to 13 into this to find out what y is. So we know y is equal to 98, and then our x value is 13. So we're going to do times 13, because we know 98x basically means 98 times x. So let's find out what this is. So it's going to be y is equal to 98 times 13 is going to give us 1,274. So 1,274. Okay. So when x is 13, y is equal to 1,274. Okay. Now let's go down again. So here we have z is directly proportional to w. So therefore we're going to put z directly proportional to kw. Now it's going to give us information that's going to be able to help us find our k. So it says given that z is equal to 315 when w is equal to 7. Okay, that's all we want for now. So z is equal to 315 when w is equal to 7. So let's substitute that in. So we've got 315 is equal to 7k. Remember? Okay, remember we always put the letters after the numbers if we know what the number is, okay? Because we know that our w is actually 7, because it says here w is equal to 7. So in order to find out what k is, we need to divide both sides by what? By 7, because we want to get rid of that 7 there. We just want to find out what k is. So divide that side by 7 as well. So 315 divided by 7 is going to give us 45. So 45 is equal to, well, that cancels that out, just k. Okay, so 45 is equal to k. So we've kind of got an equation here that is Z is equal to 45W. Okay, now it says find the value of Z when W is equal to 105. Okay, so we're going to do Z is equal to 45 times our W is 105, so times 105, and let's see what we're going to get. So 45 times 105 is going to give us 4,725. Okay, now let's look at the last example here. So y is directly proportional to the square of x. Very, very simple. So y is directly proportional to the square of x. Okay, so k and square of x. So we've got k x squared, okay, because it's directly proportional to the square of x. Okay, so now they're going to give us some information that's going to be able to find out what our proportionality constant k is. So we've got y equals 20 is equal to so we're going to have x is equal to 2, so we're basically going to have 2 squared then k. So what is 2 squared? 2 squared is 4, so that is 4k, and we need to divide both sides by 4 in order to just get what k is. If you're not too sure what I'm doing here with the solving the equation, you should head back and look at my solving two-step equations videos, because that will help you a lot if you don't understand what I'm doing here. Okay, so the 4 and the 4 is going to cancel each other out, so on this side we're just going to be left with k, and on this side we've got 20 divided by 4, which is 5, so we know that our k is equal to 5. So let's write our new kind of equation down. So y is equal to 5x squared. Okay, now it tells us to find the value of y when x is equal to 4. So find the value of y when x is equal to 4. Okay, so we're going to get y is equal to 5 times 4 squared. Okay, so that's same as y equals to 5 times 16, because 4 squared is 16. So y is equal to 5 times 16 is 80. Okay, so guys, that in essence is direct proportion. Okay, it really isn't too bad. I mean, whenever you're given a question, if they haven't told you what your proportionality constant is, and they may give the proportionality constant, they may call it different things. It may not always be k, they may call it something else. But when having direct or inverse proportion questions, you will always need to find your proportionality constant if they haven't already given it to you. Okay, and in order to find the proportionality constant, they will always give you information to get it. So they'll give you the information of the other two variables. So in this case, they were talking about y and x. So they'll give you a value for y and they'll give you a value for x. They'll say that given that y equals to 294 when x equals 3, so you stop there and use that information to help you to find out what your k value is. Okay, so in here we did it here. We've done 294 is equal to 3k. Okay, and then we just solved for the value of k, and we found out that k was equal to 98, and then we put it into our little equation there. So y is equal to 98x. Okay, and then it gave us information here. So find the value of y when x equals 13. So we done y is equal to 98 times 13. So we just substituted in x for 13. So 98 times 13, which gave us 1,274. If you're not too sure with substitution, if you want to look back at my substitution videos, that should be able to help you out to understand how to substitute values in. Okay, so yeah, so guys, that in short is what direct proportion is. I will in the future do some examination style questions on it. You can obviously see that it's not actually too bad. I mean, probably the hardest thing you've just got to remember is to find out what your k value is. Okay, what your proportionality constant is. Okay, that is probably the main thing when working with these sorts of questions. What you've got to do always find out what your proportionality constant is. Okay, so anyway guys, thank you for tuning to Paul's Maths Labs today. I hope this video has been some help to some of you guys. If you understand now how to solve these direct proportion problems, give me a thumbs up. If you're still not too clear, then just leave a comment below and I'll be sure to do another video, or maybe just get in contact with you personally and help you out. Okay, thank you very much and take care.